a different show than what we expected. I think, you know, both these teams have pitching staffs that are more than competent of getting the job done.
Yep.
As that pitch is lifted to center field by Downing, and it's one pitch, one out. And Armendariz comes down with it.
You know, we went to Shane Karnbach and we went to Davis Koenig, and all of a sudden the two fresh arms, these are guys that hadn't thrown in the tournament, kind of settled this game into a little bit of a rhythm now.
I couldn't agree with you more, you know. All their big-time pitchers trying to come back on short rest, but the fatigue obviously showing, and as you say, some fresh arms, finding a little bit more success. Obviously, their control a little bit better, not falling behind as many hitters as the pitchers earlier onward. The wind and the pitch misses down low with Mike Miles now comes to the plate. He's actually one of the few C-line hitters without a hit. Has a couple of Ks on the evening. He's also reached on a fielder's choice and walked. That pitch misses down low. Count is now 2-1.
So we are into game 19 of this World Series. These are the last two teams standing. Are you impressed with these two teams?
To say the least, yes, definitely. I think that both these teams have proven to be the most well-rounded teams. You know, if you look at the stats, offense, defense, and pitching, these teams are near the top in all three of those. So, you know, you add timely hitting to the factor, to the matter that is, and both have been very impressive, and there's no doubt that these are the two best teams here at this tournament. Is Mike Miles now, we talked about how these pitchers were settling down with their control issues a little bit. Maybe a little bit of the kiss of death, though, is now Miles takes the walk.
The point I was trying to make is these are two very impressive NAI baseball teams. And there's 22-man rosters. There are guys that did not get put on the plane to come up here. If you're Travis Koenig, or if you're Davis Koenig and Shane Karnbach, you're on this roster for a reason. You can play baseball. If you get on this team, one of these two teams is playing for the national championship, you're a pretty good baseball player. Even though Karnbach and Koenig maybe don't have that many innings pitched, they're certainly guys that are capable of going out there as they have here and really giving a pretty good performance through the first couple of innings we've seen them.
Big honor to be one of those 22 players selected. I guarantee you they came here ready to play. This is the reason why you come to Lewiston at this time of the year, is to pitch in big games. And so far, these two guys have, more so than any other pitchers early on, held them down.
Stand corrected. They've expanded the NAI roster now to 25. But nonetheless, the point stands. These are good baseball players.
Jacob Cunningham back up and throwing for the third time tonight for Lubbock Christian in the bullpen. Karnbach will come set. He checks the runner at first. The delivery to the plate, swung on and missed by Steinhauer.
Nice one.
At the high fastball.
This is the guy right now that Point Loma wants at the plate. He's a guy that's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a couple of runs scored. Most importantly, even though he's not in the cleanup slot, this is their man. He's got 19 home runs this year. He's got 52 runs driven in.
He's been big so far at the World Series. A 1-2 count on Steinhauer, though. Pitch misses outside as Steinhauer takes for ball 2.
You know, Steinhauer, the senior out of Rolling Hills, California. I really like what I've seen out of this guy all week. Got a great ball game against Oklahoma City. Even though he's a senior, and we talk about when is your last time to play, I think Steinhauer's got a few more innings left in him at another level.
You talk about a 5-tool player, power, a contact hitter, defense, an arm. He has speed. Has all the makings to become a great baseball player.
And he looks like a tough kid. You know, he's out of Rolling Hills, California. I don't know how tough Rolling Hills is, but if I have to judge it on Kurt Steinhauer, I like it.
Diving into outfield fences, I mean, the kid, if there's a ball hit to center field, you call him a go-getter. If it's out there, he'll go get it. In this case, though, he's facing Karnbach in a 2-2 with a 2-2 count on him. The pitch by Karnbach swung on, and they're going to say that Steinhauer just got a piece of that one. He had to go out and get it, though.
You talked about Cunningham warming up down in the bullpen. We've got to keep an eye on Point Loma's first baseman, Stephen Winnick, as well, as they may start to get ready to make that change. Winnick, the first baseman, is actually their closer. I think both these coaches are trying to shorten the ball game up and then be ready for the sprint at the end.
Karnbach, the delivery. Missed by Steinhauer, a big strikeout for Karnbach for the second out of the inning.
That's a huge strikeout right there against a good hitter.
Way to go, Shane.
Shane Karnbach just rears by and see what kind of pitch this was. Looked like a fastball. Just grabbed the outside corner. Again, a lot of movement on that fastball, and Steinhauer unable to get contact with it.
Again, Karnbach, a pretty big guy, throws pretty hard, and he's saying, hey, here's the hold number one. I'm going to challenge you with it. And to the best hitter on Point Loma's team, Steinhauer couldn't catch up with it.
2 home runs in this game tonight. This gentleman has one of them. Travis McCleary, his 12th of the year.
Pitch on the way, swung on and belted deep down the right field line, foul.
Yeah.
How did that one have home run distance? He homered from the right side earlier on, trying to do it from the left side now.
Guy who swings it pretty good from both sides of the plate. Didn't you say, though, he has more power from the left?
A little more power from the left, they say. Defying that, though, with the home run from the right side back in the third inning. Also picked up a double hitting from the right side. And his only left-handed at bat tonight, he's Cade. Foul, just foul. That passes the first base. Passes first base. He goes into foul territory down the right field line.
He's got 2 balls that are just hugging that line, going down. The first one, the long fly out that was bending and almost like a slice in golf. That ball hammered up the first base line, but skips to the right of the bag.
0-2 count right now, and it's McCleary who's been way out in front on the first 2 pitches. We'll see if Karnbach goes to something a little softer, try to get him out on his front foot once again.
Miles, a guy that can run aboard at first base, 17 for 21. Now in stolen bases, he actually got caught stealing in the top half of the first inning.
The 0-2 pitch on the way to McCleary. Once again, Karnbach coming in and putting out the fire. As Point Loma now has been held scoreless in 2 of the last 3 innings, which is actually saying something, folks, because they scored 8 runs tonight. However, they currently trail the Chaps by 2. It's 10-8. Lubbock Christian.